the boxes.
All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to this downright just gritty episode we have tonight. People in the boxes, number 100, everybody. Let's go. Triple digits, people in the boxes. I thought this was actually it was a weird thing. I kind of thought of the topic, and then I thought of reasons why it's a really good idea to kind of go back to our roots a little bit and bring us. Obviously, I talk about sustainability all the time, and so tonight we're like survivability, sustainability. We're going to talk about hopefully more past tense things or present tense things. We don't need to get into a whole bunch of conjecture, but we can think about what situations we've been in and where we had to like you had no power for a while, you had to be out of this or that. I, for one, am going to be in a little mini survival scenario tomorrow while I'll be out on a river for several hours floating down with a kayak, So I'm going to have certain things I want to take. I might need sun protection, although these aren't going to protect me from the sun. These are actually safety goggles that you can strap on and stuff. But I'll have this hat on, to protect myself. I'll have some water. I'll have, different survival things. I'm going to need a knife, I'm going to need different tools. So there's even a small scale in this. But I know I'm rambling, but I'm trying to give you guys an idea of the topic tonight. We got Jason with us with the 4710, 4720.
One of them numbers, right?
727, 420. He's
What's
already
going on, everybody?
We got Kim with us with the Egypt Bean Review Remastered. Yeah. I forgot I got too many straps going on here.
I thought you liked straps.
Oh.
No, strap-ons. That's what he likes. Strap-ons. You lost that other part of the word, so.
The strap. Like you can tighten it up. You know what I mean? How are you guys doing? Doing all right, Jason? I haven't seen you in a couple days, but
it's been a wild week already. Getting ready for Ryan to get here. He flies in a week from tomorrow. He flies in Saturday. He leaves Australia on Friday night and then flies in Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon. So.
Who's Ryan?
Ryan Ball from Australia.
Oh.
Yeah, you may not know him, but
might not. He's usually sleeping when we're on here, sleeping or working.
Yeah.
They're a 12-hour difference.
Yeah.
So I put the link in the chat, guys. If anybody wants to come up and hang out, say hi, actually input something, or share your experience on the topic. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's what tonight's all about. I mean, we can't have just us three on episode 100. Come on, you guys. Who's out there who will want to come up? Who remembers member berries back to episode 12, right? I mean, we got Charlene in the house. We got Creative Collectibles, Heather, Adsel in the house. You all three have been here since day one, I believe. I mean, it's just like some of you have seen this since its inception. We had Ash and Dreadful on our first Christmas episode. I think first holiday type episode when we first kind of.
Yeah.
Thanks, Heather, for sharing.
That was a big episode too. That was a really good episode.
We had more than 10 people. People kept rotating in and coming up. Yeah. So it's fun, but tonight we do have a topic, like I had said, and I like to twist things a little bit, right? So I like to look at things from different angles, and I don't want to talk about my plants and whatever. I want to talk about sustainability in other ways. Like I'm going to look up some stuff here in a minute. I'm going to look up some like compounds and like different like survival type communities out there. Like there's some interesting stuff on the internet. I didn't get a chance to pull it up yet. We're actually not live on Rumble right now. For some reason, Rumble is down. So if you guys want to help me out, get over there to X if you could. hit up X and comment in the on the post, comment on the live stream, and remember, yes, hit the like button.
Wait, and your mic is cutting in and out bad.
I was bumping the board. How about now? Bad?
A little bit better, but is it bad for anybody else or is it just me?
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Oh, Sherry O'Neill with 100 stars. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry. Can you hear me any better? Same?
It's a little bit better.
A little better.
How about now? I'm a little farther away. Maybe I'm just too close to my mic.
No, it's better now. It's
Okay. I have a lot of like knobs and things I can turn, but I really don't know what to turn. Gain, instant gain. Like I don't know what that. I haven't figured this stuff out yet. So there could be a very. Oh, you know what?
I think a lot of times they come with a instruction manual. And Bunny sent 20 stars. Thank you, Bunny. He is kind of hard to hear. He's usually loud and clear, Elisa says. Charlene with the 20 stars. Thank you, Charlene.
Sorry.
Oh, that was a little bit better.
That's better.
My bad, everybody. Should I
I
start
don't
off?
know what you did, but before there was like this like weird background noise.
I know what it was. The bells and whistles I was talking about wasn't even plugged in. It was picking up the mic from my camera.
Oh, geez.
So I would have had to speak
So
up.
that's why
I would have had to like yell a little bit louder. Geez, my bad.
it's all right.
At trying to fix it, I spoke softer. I was like, maybe I'm being too loud in the mic, like, geez. Well, we still have, 30 people hanging out. So cheers, everybody. Appreciate you coming in.
Now there was 50 stars. Look at this. We got 34% of the star party done. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Jeez.
You guys killing it with stars tonight. Thank you.
Ash grows. Yeah, that's a good hashtag. Hashtag #PITB100. If you guys do that, I'll put that. You know what? Never mind. I hate the hashtag giveaway tool. If it screwed me last night, I tried to use it last
20
night.
stars. Thank you, Sherry.
Kim, do you use the hashtag tool on Legit Bean Review Remastered on Sundays?
It depends on how many people are entering a giveaway, but if it's not a lot, then I have a subscription to those duck race things.
Oh yes, I saw that. Those are actually pretty nice.
Yeah, they're cute. It's really cheap too.
Do they seem like they're accurate though? Because last night I did a hashtag for Luke from Riverview Road Apiary. Shouts out. We had a really awesome We Grow Wednesday on Grow Fam with a Luke in studio, and we showed off the whole honey process and everything. It was awesome. But we tried to do the giveaway, and it just crashed on me, and I had to start it over, and it just started back at 15. It gave me some of them, but it only gave me a few. Like, what is going on? And so then we ended up over 30 when I had people redo it. Anyway,
I'm not 20 stars. Heather with 100 stars.
Ladies, thank you very much.
Okay, 82% of the star party done. 2 minutes left, guys.
Wow.
Are you talking about the StreamYard one crashed?
Yes, yeah, that's why I've been doing the like wheel, and so I almost said we should do this. What Jess did here, the hashtag PITB100. It sounds fun, but it's I don't want it to screw us again and somebody not get in on it. So, but I'll do an extra. What I'll do is an extra spin on.
Well, I just do it. You can do a name wheel. So what I do if I don't use the hashtag thing, what I do is I use either a name wheel or I do those races.
Heather?
And I just type the names
Another
in.
50 stars. 92% complete. Are we going to complete the star party?
I'm not sure what
18
happened.
seconds left.
Whoa, I see
Bunny
it.
with 50
There's
stars. It completed.
hands. There's
Look at
things
that. Y'all are
swirling.
amazing. Sherry
Oh,
with 100
wow.
stars.
Very,
Y'all are fucking
wow.
awesome.
Holy
Look
cow.
at that. Another 20 stars from Bunny. Oh, we love y'all.
Don't even know if the topic is
Nice job.
worth all these stars, but we're going to try to make it. We're gonna, hopefully. I survive on stars, you guys. I eat the stars for breakfast and lunch. If you guys can
Y'all are amazing. We appreciate you guys for real.
Let's throw out a quick appreciation.
Bunny with another 50. Look at you guys.
Thank you, everybody. It's a hell of a party.
That's for 20.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can't keep up with all the thank yous.
Really. Wait, no. Bunny with another 50.
Yeah, she had another one. Yep.
Yep, there's 2 50s back to back right there. And then Ash is 20. Look at you. Another 20 from Ash.
It's on the phone. You have to go to the phone to look at it. You gotta have a second of your other device out.
Yeah, I got 3 of them up right now. So
yeah, me too. But one of them's not working because
another 50 from Bunny.
Yeah, episode 100 star party sounds amazing, you guys.
Yeah, y'all are awesome.
Let me just explain why I made this show, because it does have to do with sustainability. Because I thought all this stuff out. I was laid up with some of you might have heard the story, but I had 3 surgeries with the VA. We don't need to discuss the surgeries, but they basically screwed it up, right? And I was laid up for about 9 months. And while I was sitting there, I was trying to think of what I could do with my life. What can I put myself towards? Well, I said, I'm thinking of 2 things.
Another 50.
Thank you, Sherry. And I'm thinking 2 things. Medicine and farming and like sustainability are the 2 like most important things I can think of, period. Like in the world. Medicinal like knowledge, doctors, and then survivability. So I'm like, well, okay, that sent me down that path. And as I started doing my show, I started thinking of other shows, and we thought of this show because we can't have civilization as we know it without each other, right? And so we have to be able to talk. We have to be able to have conversations that are difficult sometimes. And sometimes you have to be able to say, all right, have a good day. I don't agree with you, but it's been great talking. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Back with another 50.
And that's what this show is about. It's sustainability within our communication and our connections to each other. We have to have that. We have to sustain that in order to sustain civilization. I know
someone approached me about the show, and I was like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of hard-headed people out here, and I don't know if we can keep it calm. I don't know if we can actually be able to keep it civilized with everybody, in the Facebook world and the cannabis community and all of that. And at the time, there was a little bit of drama going on, and we all know that there's always drama.
Yeah.
There's always drama. And we are still here 100 episodes later through all that drama, what we set out to do. That very first conversation that Waylon had with me, like, we just need to come up with topics and talk about it.
Which is getting more difficult, by the way.
It definitely is. It definitely is. But we have sat here for over 100 weeks actually doing it, because we did a couple of episodes and mixed and matched and missed a few episodes here and there.
Days too. We moved days a couple times.
Yep, moved days. So, but we are still here. We've had umpteen amount of hosts. I can't even count. I wish I could. I probably could come back and figure out all the hosts if I thought about it. But
come on up, Mess.
We've had a lot. It's been an amazing, amazing ride so far.
There's been some tough moments, of course.
Oh, definitely.
But shout out to there's about 3 or 4 people that I know of that have left, said they were leaving because they didn't like what was being talked about, and have come back and are back and have come back multiple times. They're okay with, this topic's not for me. I'm going to come back and maybe next time. So
I love the fact that we can sit down and have a cup of coffee and smoke a joint and be able to talk about certain things. And you know what? I might not agree with you, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. That doesn't mean I don't like you. And this show has definitely opened my eyes on certain opinions that I had that I'm like, oh, I should think, maybe I
right,
should look at this a little bit differently. Maybe I
biases
should
that we
think a
have,
little
yeah,
bit differently,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
it's the amount of stuff that I have learned, the amount of it truly has been an amazing, amazing show. Uh,
If we make learning um, the point or the objective, then feelings, yeah, like you just when you learn something that you were wrong about and no one's around, do you get mad at that? I mean, I guess maybe sometimes we do. Like, damn it, I didn't know this the whole time. I hate when that happens. I was today years old when I found out such and such.
right.
The gate the cap on the Gatorade bottle actually fits underneath into that little that dip inside the bottom. If you
Yep.
want to let go of the cap for a minute, yeah,
Oh, there's so many different
that's
things.
one of them. Yeah, I mean, it's
Everything to respect someone's opinion, move on. Exactly. Yep.
Ash still in the house, bro.
Yep.
Appreciate you. Guys, you don't have to be stuck up here forever. Don't, if anybody wants to pop
Ash is in the
through.
gym right now. Where his workout
Oh, I didn't
music.
see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, where his workout music. So
Hey, Timothy,
he's
cheers,
just
cheers.
grinding along.
I come in and don't always agree, but listen and say how I feel. Well, and you guys know that I've had at least one guy that you all remember that I know for a fact tries to be a little bit hyperbolic, if per se, thinking that that's gonna, and maybe he does
Dating
rile
coach.
people up, but
Dating coach.
so but for me though, I do like to play devil's advocate. I like to look at things from different angles myself, because what I like to do, and I thought of this recently. I was like, I like to know that I have a bias. Like, I don't mind, everyone has bias, but then what I like to do is look at what the sort of norm is, or the statistical truth. So I was on a space. I co-hosted a space with Dr. Heath the other day. I had him up on my show on a Wednesday a few weeks ago, and we were on X co-hosting a audio space, and it was brought up how um, they were talking about whether or not people believe what they see, and what I was going to bring up, which it took me too long to get to the mic, but I wanted to bring up how people take anecdotal information and run with it. Well, what you have to do is you have to take the anecdotal information and compare it with the statistical or whatever the best data is around. You might not believe the data, and that's fine, but then you get a more generalized answer. And I know I'm being real technical about it, but my point is, like, we always like to run with the experiences that we've had, and that's why the show is all about sharing our experiences, because it gives us perspective on what else is out there. If I am really afraid of sharks because I saw this movie Jaws, Kim was talking about it before the show, like her first movie, and it was like, people get so afraid of a shark attack when they're more likely to, say, get in a car wreck or something like that. And I know those are not usually compared. My point is, like, we look at what is scary, and so that lets us get manipulated by media and everything, rather than taking it with a grain of salt, I guess is the old-timey term, right? You say, I've had this experience in life, the media is saying this about this experience, it's probably somewhere in between, like, what's the old phrase, the truth is somewhere between what you think and what you don't know, or something.
You got yours, mine, and their story.
Yeah.
So you got his, hers, and the truth.
Yeah.
It's
You got every person's perspective, and then you have the perspective from no person, which we can't really see. Like, no, you can't know. Anyway, I'm rambling, but it's fun. It's fun. Margaret will run the Rumble back up.
Okay.
What is happening here? It doesn't say that Rumble's live over here, but Margaret's coming in on Rumble right now.
All right. Well, I was wondering about Jenkins' story there. He was like, he's saying what the fifth pocket was for. And I was like, is it for a lighter? And he says for a pocket watch.
Yeah,
I don't think I could fit a pocket watch in mine now.
I thought it was for like a key or something that you
Pocket
didn't want.
watches.
I don't think I could fit a pocket watch in it.
The fifth pocket? That's a small pocket. And the one that's inside your other pocket,
Yeah,
kind of at the top.
inside the pocket.
In your front pocket.
Pocket watches are pretty big. I don't know if I could ever.
Well, maybe the ones
back
that
in
are
the
now
day.
are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nuggets
They probably
creative.
were a lot smaller back then. Maybe, I don't know.
Creative.
I thought it was for a lighter. That's where I've always put my lighter.
Yeah, I'll put like a little the little vape carts that are square. But creative has the right idea. I'm thinking like tots. You could put just like one or two tots in there. Like, hey man,
Oh, a bit more than that.
don't kick my tots, man. Yeah, you could shove a bunch in there.
What's a tot?
I need a tater tot. You don't walk around with tater tots in your pocket?
It's
I'm
a
not a boy.
Napoleon Dynamite reference.
That's a boy thing.
We need tater tots.
Napoleon, give me some
Tots
tots.
in your pockets.
It's my top, man.
So
women have purses for that shit. If you ever
Well,
got
they used to.
purse,
Purses keep getting smaller, man. My mom used to have like a bowling ball in there and just like all kinds of stuff.
Mine. I got a purse too. Don't worry.
You could call it a man bag or a merce. Call it a merce nowadays. But having a bug out bag though. Have you guys heard of the term bug out bag?
I have 3.
You have 3
And
different.
everybody knows that if something goes down, you grab them bags and you're good.
Yeah, and that's not just for like whatever end of the world. It's for like
I got space food. I got all types of stuff in there.
Space food, huh? So you've got the pouches of like the dehydrated stuff. You add water, the tubes. Did you ever see what was that movie where the guy was in space, a comedian, and he ended up not being able to go to sleep with everybody else? I want to say Mr. Bean or something, but it was like wasn't Mr. Bean, man. But he ends up using the space food to like paint with because he can't sleep with the rest of the crew, and they wake up and there's no food left. Like he's been like squeegeeing it everywhere, making beautiful art.
You do watch a lot of movies.
I used to. I don't watch a lot anymore. Somebody might remember it. Yes, guys, get on over to Rumble if you can, because we're a little bit behind on the Rumble. I don't know what happened. They're going to get attacked a lot soon, but that's okay. Speaking of which, that's one reason I think that I went into farming too, is because no matter what happens, even if say a tornado takes out my house or say it's the end of the world, having the knowledge to grow your own food or even to be able to hunt or forage, know some plants, a little bit of knowledge in that respect gives you a heck of a step up when it comes to some bad situations. But not only that, I thought of, well, in good times, there's always a reason for more people to grow more stuff. Even right now, like in any time there ever was, there will still always be a reason. And if say, okay, everybody's Kim and Jason have the tomato market cornered, and their tomatoes are the best 10 tomatoes. Well, I'll grow something else. Like there's so many things to grow, like saffron. You guys ever heard of saffron? If you can get an ounce of saffron, it's like thousands of bucks. But you have to have like this giant field to grow like just like a little bit of it. It's crazy. So there's some interesting
problems with my strawberries right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What problems?
Bugs mainly, but it's not eating anything else.
Is it flowering or there's strawberries already?
There's strawberries already. Yeah.
Creative's not putting tots in her purse. Well, you put a bag in there first, Creative. How old am I, Rose?
Creative won a smoke freezer today.
Rose, I'm old. What? How old do you think I am? There was this guy I used to work with when I was in Long John Silver's. All of us 16-year-old kids. He was 30. And he'd always be like, "How old do you think I am?" Like to the young kids, because he was trying to look young.
You're a geriatric millennial.
I'm an exennial.
Yeah, well, that's called a geriatric millennial.
I straddle them both. 38 rows. Okay. What's up, William?
Is that a yes or no?
No. And Lisa May's not right either. I'm 40. I won't let you keep going. Okay. Guys, if anyone's out there wants to pop up for a sesh even and just say hello, come on up. Keep putting the link out there.
Rose
the
is
Ash knows.
23.
People still guessing. I already said it. Well, that's the delay catching up.
The delay.
Well, then that's so with this thought, I was like, well, I don't want to buy a bunch of gold because like what are you going to do with it? You can haul it around, like if you have to leave, if you have to bug out, whatever. Knowledge is really one of the most like valuable things. Like I do have a little Bitcoin, but if if the grid goes down or whatever, like I can't access electricity, like what does it matter? It's not really, that's just for like a side, like a long-term sort of investment if it works out kind of thing. But it's not like I'm putting all my eggs in that basket per se. So it's just thoughts of the future. But I know I thought of these things a long time ago. I was like, well, I want to do this, and this, but precious metals are fun, but I don't know. If it's like a Mad Max third world scenario, end of the world, post-apocalypse, no one's going to care about your gold.
Nope.
They want your ammo and your food, like
probably fuel
and fuel. Yeah. So those are things that I think about, like what's really valuable and what is value. I was talking to Luke yesterday about people getting back to the barter system. Like people right now, you can go and become friends with a farmer and make a deal with them to get a half a cow. And you're like, boom, you can go fill up if you got a chest freezer. I don't have a chest freezer, unfortunately. I could maybe fit like a cow's leg, maybe cut it up into small pieces in my freezer. But like, not everyone has that, I know. But like just going out to buy like a half a cow seems insane, but it's actually so much cheaper than if you were, long term, if you know what to do with it. But that kind of system's coming back, that barter system. I've mentioned this before, but the farmers market, at least the one that I go to, shouts out to the Peoria Riverfront Farmers Market. They have a booth where you can go and trade in. You can link your food stamps if you have any, and you can get little vouchers to buy fresh food at the farmers market. So we aren't limited as much as we think as far as like trying to find healthy food. I'll say the farmers market might be a little more pricey in some things. Why are you buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Oh snap, Jess. Well, I mean, maybe you want like a whole herd of cows.
She's spicy tonight.
Yeah, Jess can get spicy sometimes.
She's spicy tonight.
Sherry grew up bartering. Well, heck yeah. I mean, I think people get caught up in the greenbacks and they think, money is that they bastardize that phrase. Money is the root of all evil. When really trading and money and any sort of system where I get something from you and you get something from me is the transfer of your labor and your time, like how much we work and how much we spend on that work. And that is exactly what value is. And so I
like to be paid in weed.
There you go. I've done that. I paid a plumber one time. Like
weed and food.
Here you go.
Weed and food.
Yeah, you want to have a sandwich? There you go. Like it's we have to realize that's a way.
If you were a woman, you'd be paying with sex.
That's possible.
With sex as a man.
That's the oldest. Don't they say that's the oldest profession?
I've paid for things with sex before, so
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess touche.
It's.
I can't tell you how many people have said, "Yeah, I'll do that for you," but and I was going to pay my money, because I'm not like that.
You said what? I was going to pay my
like,
money.
Well, we can work a little something out, and I'd be like what? It's like, oh my God, I'm not like that. No thanks.
You like then you run into those situations, and then you just get like a half-assed experience. Like what? You didn't.
Rose wants to know how old you think she is.
Rose, I don't have a image of your face.
She's on the family banner.
I mean, I can't tell you the last time I looked at the family banner.
As soon as you click on the page.
Let's go look at it.
private page. Don't bring it up.
I won't. Why do I do that? Oh, see.
He says, "Oh."
Oh, she's got different accounts, and I don't equate them all. So,
Kitty Cat, it's episode 100. You have to come up.
come on, Cat. At least we're dying up here. We can't even talk. We don't have nothing to talk about now. We're just running out. We're on empty. We need your help. She survives up there in like a log cabin in Newfoundland. I think they still have outhouses.
You upgraded to the log cabin?
Well, they call it logs, but really, I mean, they're just big sticks. I mean, let's be real. Just kidding. I made a bunch of forts. You guys ever been in the woods as kids? You ever go to the woods and build yourself a fort, Jason? You ever do that as kids?
I've done it as an adult.
Well, we had in my okay, touche. We had in my gully, we had these like different gullies meeting up. So I had like this big wooded area behind my house growing up, and they had Boy Scout troops from years before had built different forts in there. One of them we used to call the tire fort. They had drug all the tires that you find at the bottom of the gullies and built like a whole circular wall of tires, and then built on top of that. And so stuff like that is pretty interesting, where you come across like a tree fort. I think my son's calling me. I'll be right back.
We're having an argument here in the comments, and I said that I had this conversation the other day, actually, and I said I believe women are a lot more lenient about saying their age nowadays.
I think so too.
They're way more confident. They know, they believe in themselves. They know who they are. They know, it's just the way it is. And I truly believe that women are more affably, or more they easier say their age now with nothing behind it.
Before I go, I'll tell Rose my guess. I'll give you 33, Rose. 33. I'll be right back.
33 and runs away.
Run, Forrest, run!
She will be a hippie fest, Waylon. Just saying, she's flying in. So I don't know if Waylon's going to make it. Actually, he's got a show that weekend, I think.
For what, Hippie Fest?
Yeah.
When is Hippie Fest?
July 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Is that the one down in Missouri?
Illinois.
Illinois? Is that the one?
I heard a doorbell. That's Elisa. At the stage.
No, I said my son was calling me before that.
What's that?
What you doing? Welcome to episode 100.
Woo-hoo.
100.
100. Woohoo!
Pull out the dragon.
Would you have believed it when we were talking about it way back when?
How many do you think you've been on, Elisa May?
I don't know. Too many.
Too many. Fuck
There's
you.
the door,
You can go. Bye. That X button is right there somewhere.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
So
This one is my favorite show, though. Congratulations on making it to 100.
So what makes it your favorite? Because it's not just talking about plants all the time?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, no, I do. I think it's the
grow
favorite.
Your mind and grow other things, too.
Right.
I mean, plants are cool and awesome, but
I
everything.
I think a lot of people think this is their favorite. So, and a lot of people have said that, and that's probably because we get so many different points of view up here, and that's what it's what it's for. Instead of where you go to other places and you see just a big sesh happening, where we are seshing, but we're discussing. We're trying to work through some thoughts, and I think there's a big difference between just trying to be here. You know what I mean?
There's been some really good topics.
Not coming up.
She's on her way home. When she gets home, she'll come up.
I see. No worries. I'm gonna do a dab though. I've got my e-nail heating up.
Yeah, Kat, that was a very emotional episode. Like that was one that had one of the first ones that we had tears on. Um, we
What's
I
that?
had a
remember
lot of
the
tears on some of these episodes.
postpartum depression was the first one I remember tears. The
Yep,
pets
that was
one was rough too, for sure.
Yep. We have definitely had some crazy episodes.
Well, that's a good actually segue. What about pets in a survival scenario? Like, what about like we need animals? I think in any either topic, sustainability, survivability. You kind of have to know a little bit about some animals, at least in your area, especially if you're going to be, outside and you have like limited resources. Like you don't want some, like if you're camping and a bear takes your food or whatever. Oh, we were talking about this yesterday with Luke again. Another reference of how bears don't actually like honey. Actually, I don't know if we talked about this on the show. Bears don't eat honey. Well, we think they do, and I don't want to tell my son this, but
They eat the bees.
they eat the larva.
Mm-hmm.
The larva is
They
very
eat the
high in
protein.
protein. Yeah. So they look like they're eating honey. They got this big paw of honey, but they're just looking to eat the larva.
Yeah.
I don't know if a bear gets hungry enough, he'll probably eat anything.
Well,
Including you.
he's eating the honey with the larva, like he's still eating it, but trying to get the little goodies.
So I have a story. When
Okay.
I was little, when I was about 9 years old, my parents put me in a private Catholic boarding school while they were going through their divorce, and I didn't like it because I was Catholic, and it was very, very different than what I was accustomed to, shall we say. So I was very rebellious, and me and a friend at the school decided one day that we were going to run away and go to this amusement park that they have in El Paso. And so we left during recess and we ran away and we went to this park. Both of us were about 9 years old. Right? So we get to the park and it's miles away. All right. And we get to the park and we're there. We can't get into the amusement park part because it doesn't open until later in the day. So we hung around at this big lake that they have there. Well, we started getting hungry. And so I was like, well, let's catch a duck because there were ducks all over the place. And I was like, let's catch a duck.
That's an eat a duck.
And we'll get some barbecue. We'll get some charcoal. We'll steal some charcoal from somebody that's, doing their thing here. And we'll barbecue a duck.
Wow. Wait, so I feel like that's a shirt coming on for you. Eat a duck.
Keep going. Don't stop
Keep going.
there.
I want to see what happens here. This is intense.
Well, really nothing happened because we couldn't catch one of those fucking ducks. So, and even if we would have caught the duck, like how the hell I wouldn't know how to kill it and I wouldn't know how to dress it.
You did say plucked, right, Jason?
Pluck the duck.
But it's like the thing is that we all have these great ideas. We always have these grand ideas about
Cheers.
shit, and it's like if you don't have any experience on how to kill an animal and dress it, those are things that I subsequently learned, later on in life.
Oh, fuck, we gotta pluck the duck.
Well, you have to dress them, it's like you
gotta do more than that. You gotta do all types of shit to a duck.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done anything to a duck.
Yeah, take out
you
your
gotta
mud
take the
vein.
neck out. You gotta take out, like, there's so much you gotta do to get that duck ready to cook. And,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm probably gonna
Sure,
start.
I don't know. I don't have any experience killing any birds. I've gutted cows, and I've been around. I haven't gutted a deer, but I've been around. My dad was a hunter, so I've been around that. So I know how to do that stuff. I know how to clean a fish. But it's like survival is more than just.
how old were you when you were trying to catch this duck?
9.
Okay. and you were
That
going to
was-
steal some charcoal.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just steal food that might be there too?
Right.
That's
Can
why
I
I
get
don't
those?
eat fish
Like,
now, because my brother went
if a
fishing and came
9-year-old
home
walked up,
and
we
started skinning the fish, and they chopped his head off, and I was just watching him. No more fish, never.
Yeah.
so
Well, I'm a survivor, so there's things that
evidently not. You can't catch a duck.
Did you ever try? Did you go back to get that duck? Like, I'm coming back.
nope,
12 years later.
Start
Nope.
eating bugs at that point.
nope.
The duck turned into a swan.
No, it was a duck. It wasn't a goose, wasn't a swan, it was a duck. Yeah. But it's just, we have these grand ideas about, I'm going to survive. And it's like most people have no clue on when it comes to animals. There's things like,
Well, it
it's
won't
not
even be
easy
that.
killing something, first of all.
It'll be people killing each other, though, as I think before
Uh-huh.
you even have to worry about how to go dress an animal. You'll be like, people will be driven. People, like in cities, that's why I'm trying to move out of cities. People, there will be like roving bands of like people looking for food, like knocking over every grocery store and like everyone's house. We're searching and looting and then. But if you don't go along with the mob, like you're gonna be eaten. Like it's just gonna be. So
Well, I don't know that they'll eat you, but they'll kill you. They'll kill you
Well,
for whatever
in general,
they can get.
you might get eaten. Zombification.
I think it's gonna get like.
What
There's your
would you,
answer, Waylon.
what would you guys do if you were stranded up in like a mountain, off of like an airplane, like that movie Alive, or was it called Alive?
Yeah, live. Those
Okay.
soccer players in, I think it was Chile.
You're only 10
But
on.
eat some cicadas. We learned they were nutritional this year.
It's amazing. God.
I don't know. You
I don't
figure it
know.
out. It's like you can eat grubs and worms and bugs and
Yeah, people
stuff.
will. We eat things
If
when
you
we're
get
hungry,
that
so like
starving, you might start hallucinating and going crazy first. Either way,
exactly.
you're screwed.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I would kill somebody to eat them. I think we would eat each other.
Or people would eat like berries that they don't know about and mushrooms that they don't know about and stuff.
No, I
You
could.
don't think?
You could have a couple inches off my ass.
Okay, yeah, you're like all right. Is it still cannibalism if they don't die? If I just eat
No,
parts of
not if I give it to you. It's not cannibalism.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, it's all it's a nine possession is 9/10 of the law, so you're not cannibal.
Oh,
There was like a reporter, wasn't it? Like a CNN reporter who ate human brain on screen one time.
I've seen that monkey brain being eaten
Maybe that was
from
it.
over in other countries. Like they literally take the monkey right to the table and strap it in and crack him over and zoop 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 and
That would be a weird.
That
That would be weird to see.
brain.
That would be weird to see because they look like a bipedal
I'm trying to
humanoid.
remember what it was on a DVD that wasn't 1,000 Ways to Die, but something like that. One of them weird fucking ones.
So Joe says eat plants and fruit. I agree, but I actually really think that we need to eat more meat. And right now, we have this weird. I don't know. It's a weird thing where we.
Why do you think we need to eat more meat?
Well, I guess because of the research I did on the carnivore diet, and I did do the carnivore diet for a few weeks. There is and not only that, but this sort of feeling and all the evidence that I know of that where they're pushing us to eat less meat. There's like there's a few agendas within like World Economic Forum and things like trying to get people to eat less meat. And I don't.
Fart.
Did you watch the movie What the Hell?
No, what the
And
hell?
all the slaughterhouses that they're mass producing and they're overpopulated and they're injecting them with the antibiotics because of it.
Right.
What the hell? That's why we don't need to eat so much meat.
Well, no, that's that. Just because they're doing that doesn't mean anything. Like we aren't eating that meat though. Like that we eat the meat, but we eat it after it's been turned into things that is unhealthy for us. So my point is, we're not eating meat. What I'm talking about. If I eat a pizza, that meat in there in that pizza isn't giving me like the anything healthy that meat would give me.
Yeah.
Um, there's a difference between eating, like, say, a nice steak without a bunch of sauces and stuff, and eating a cheeseburger at McDonald's. You might have some meat in both of those things, might, but you're not getting what I'm talking about. That protein. I saw a meme recently where it shows like you get the same amount of protein from this and this, and it shows like a meat on one side, and it was like some different vegetables like beans and stuff. And I'm like, that's not true. I commented, there's different types of protein. There are different types. You do not get the same type of protein from eating peanut butter as you do from eating steak.
No,
You might get peanut butter, and not only that, but you would have to eat a 5-pound peanut butter sandwich to get the same amount of protein as you would out of like I think it's like an 18, or no, was it a 8-ounce steak or something? I'd have to look up exactly, but it was very crazy. I'm like, who's eating a 5-pound peanut butter sandwich? So I am somewhat against being vegan per se, but I'm also I don't think I could stick on a carnivore diet for too long. I did it and it was like so hard, man. I'm like I miss carbs too much. Although I am, getting fat again, so I better maybe miss the carbs a little less. But touche.
I can eat everything but meat, really. But peanut butter, I can
Yeah,
eat
but you've
that.
never done an only meat. The
I
problem
don't
with
know. I do not like meat that much.
well, if you don't like it, it's one thing, and I know Kat
So
doesn't
what
eat.
do we call it? What are we considering meat? Red meat? Are we
No,
considering chicken a meat? What are we
just
considering?
I
Not
mean,
an animal,
no
another
meat
being that's been slaughtered.
meat without all of the other processed stuff. So then you can
So
have
we're not talking McDonald's, Burger King,
no
Wendy's.
no. I'm saying we
Okay.
need to eat more like big hunks of meat of different things, like whatever meat you like, chicken, red meat, pork. Like there's lots of meat, fish, lots of meat products too. But my point is with this is that all of the complex processed foods, the breads and the sauces and all of the different really preservatives and things like that. That stuff basically keeps us from getting a lot of the nutrition that we would by eating the vegetables and the meat that we think we're getting. Hey, I just had a
Mm.
salad. But yeah, but yesterday or this morning you had cereal, and that cereal basically just filled you up with these empty carbs and then just flushed all that nutrients out of your system. I'm
I
just
think another thing too is the meat's not as healthy as it used to be
That's the other thing. What
because
to
it's
Elisa
full of
May's point, yes.
steroids.
To Elisa
Full
May's
of
point, yes.
steroids.
it's not as grain. Like the
80% of the
pigs
meat
that
in
we're
America
eating, the bacon
is
that we're eating, it's being raised for that in the slaughterhouse. You
And they're
know,
trying to maximize
so
size, like Elisa
yep.
said, with like
So
antibiotics
it's
and
not out there eating
injections.
that wild
watch what the
uh,
health, Waylon.
grain and all of that stuff.
I'm
You
not
know,
going
Well,
to
I'm
tell
same
you
worried
with
that
about
it's
fake
cowboy.
food. There's fake food out there. China's been making. There's multiple
Yep.
different things that is fake now that they
I mean,
sell.
we've already learned it with our chickens too. The free
our
range chickens
poisons.
versus cage chickens. What's the difference between the other animals?
Well, free range is kind of silly too. Have you ever seen that where they say free range, but free
All right.
range just literally means they have like a couple of feet to move, like instead of being stuck in their like little square, their little box. So there's some funny, like to your point. I know what you mean, like Ashley Huffman, free range, but
Yep.
her chickens are just going everywhere. But
Everywhere.
but there's people that skirt that rule by going like that's the exact line. Okay, they have a 1 foot, 1 square foot to walk around and they're good. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's pretty slimy if you look into that. Just that was a side note. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was just something I heard recently. Kind of like certified organic is a bullshit
Yeah.
thing too.
I want to touch real quick on what Rose says here. 4+ years of collecting your own seeds. Now, Waylon, do you have seeds in your bug out bag? I have a few, but I don't have I don't have the amount that I truly would like to have. And that is one thing that a lot of people don't think about is having seeds and stuff with them in their bug out bag for when or if they do need to plant that stuff, because you might not be able to plant them after or find them after a nuclear fallout or
you might have some value there.
Right.
What would you put in there? What would you pick?
Me right off the bat would be potato.
Well, potato for sure, because you can. We found that you can live on just a potato, or just potatoes. Joe says, "Bro, some steaks sell for a lot of money depending on what they eat now." Yeah, I mean that are already butchered and stuff. But if you go to get a half a cow, you if we take that extra step, like Kim had to learn how to dress a duck so she could go back and find Donald. And she was like, hey, she went to every bar that she saw him at, but then she just couldn't see him. She couldn't find him anymore. He went off with some bitch named Daisy, and it was like,
fuck that duck.
Fucking duck.
I can't do Donald. No, that's a little bit of Daffy and Donald combined. Organization is BS too. You have to grow your seeds. I have generations of seeds from package. Organization is BS. What do you mean organization is BS? I think that's interesting though. I wonder what other people would pick. Potatoes, you don't really have seeds. You just have to have a little bag of potatoes.
Well, yeah. I mean, but you do have potato seeds.
Like Johnny Potato Seed, you just have this big sack of potatoes going across the country planting potatoes. Why not, man? Just potatoes. You have to grow from and grow to get that shiz out of the veggies. Fruit. What?
It's always good to have a lot of cannabis seeds. Then you can just give them to people too if they want to learn.
Oh.
I think cannabis will be a very large one because it's medicinal. It can be used in food. It can be used for all types of stuff. So,
I was going to bring that up earlier. That cannabis would be one of the most valuable things in a post-apocalyptic scenario, like to be able to grow and get and barter with. Like, I wouldn't want just cannabis, but having it, like you were just saying.
I think tobacco would probably be a good thing to have too.
Yeah. Why?
I think about 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, it would have been more. But there is medicinal use in it still. So.
Tobacco, yeah, because people who do smoke, they'll probably go crazy if they don't know.
What's the medicinal use of
very
tobacco?
Popular. Like Native Americans use it in their ceremonies and stuff. Like there's a lot of tobaccos.
But do you think it would be like an easily tradable thing if you had just the tobacco, not any way to smoke it?
I mean, there's always a way to smoke it.
Okay, touche. If it was like a loose bag of tobacco,
there's always a way to smoke it.
I think Kim's point though, if you were growing it, you could have you could make those old school twists that they used to make in the settlers' days.
Oh yeah, there's all types of stuff, definitely.
Well, people chew it.
There's a world crazy tobacco's going to be the least of your worries.
Yeah.
Sherry's bartered with him.
People are starving.
My mom would make it into like a paste. Would take her menthol cigarette and turn it into a paste and put it on my toothache.
Huh. So bees are attracted to nicotine. Luke was saying that there's a pesticide called
nicotinamide or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like partly nicotine or whatever. It's a derivative of nicotine, and they are attracted to it, which is killing the bees. It's hard to keep them alive.
I think they've outlawed that.
It's one of the more recent. They recently shut down, I think, 9 different pesticides, and it's like, well, holy cow, we've been using those how long? Where?
Well, look at all the pesticides that we eat. Roundup. We used it for how long?
Yeah.
I would say 30 years, if not more.
Look at the baby oil that we use. You know, Johnson and Johnson baby powder and
I didn't
stuff
hear about that.
we use
What happened with that?
for.
Oh, it was causing ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Baby oil and baby powder?
Baby oil, I don't know about, but baby powder, yeah. It had.
I used to use baby oil to shave my head when I would do the head shave.
Yeah, a lot of people got cancer from using baby powder.
Is that spot? Is that why my second twin is growing on my back?
Bunch of testicular cancers, all types of shit from it.
Yeah. I can't remember what's in it that causes that. I want to say it has what is that stuff that causes mesothelioma? Asbestos.
Asbestos? Really?
I don't know. I can't remember. Let me look it up.
So what would, if you guys could pick your natural disaster to survive through, which one would you pick?
What?
Your choices? Yes, like you have to survive. You're at a whatever resort, you're out camping with the family, whatever it is, but you are about to get hit with a natural disaster. And that can be I would say more than a thunderstorm. So we're talking tornado, monsoon, tidal wave, not tidal wave. What's the other big wave? There's monsoon and there's like a tsunami, yes. And then there's hurricanes, blizzard. We're talking blizzard, like 12 foot of snow. Yeah, yep. What would be your, like, if you could choose the easiest thing? I mean, okay, zombie. Joe says zombie. Ooh, I don't know, man. How many people out there, comment below, have thought about, because of all the movies, all the shows, have fantasized about living through a zombie apocalypse?
I don't know about you, but I was in Detroit when K2 came out, and the motherfuckers were eating people's faces.
What was it?
Who are an EMP?
That spice, synthetic marijuana.
Oh.
And I was in Detroit, and I seen people eat in people's faces. They
ooh, talk about cannibalism. What about that bath salt?
On the street.
That shit was fucked up. People were doing crazy shit.
Bath salts were making people eat. Salt
was even worse. That shit in Detroit had motherfuckers just stuck. And then they would just wake up and start attacking people.
Perry says he's prepared.
I know somebody who OD'd on it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Okay, so it says talc is sometimes mined from areas that also contain asbestos, a known carcinogen.
And they were able to pick that up at their local gas station.
Talc deposits can contain toxic forms of asbestos. So there you go. Talc. Stay away from that shit. I thought it had something to do with asbestos.
I used to use it all the time when I was a little kid.
Well, like I used to.
I can't have kids. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. I'm suing them. I used it for fucking years playing baseball.
In reality, we all should probably be suing somebody.
So I found this article on Live Science. 14 of the deadliest natural disasters in history. I'll try to go through them quickly. Is it not going to number them? Okay, so let me go back up here. That's not counted as one. Every year, some of the deadliest natural disasters: earthquakes, earthquakes. I forgot about volcanoes, volcanic eruptions, hurricanes, tsunamis, floods. Remember like Louisiana with the Hurricane Katrina. That was a pretty intense time. Wildfires, droughts, killed nearly 60,000 people, according to Global Change Data Lab, which whoever they are. 60,000 people a year. That seems kind of low, doesn't it? How many people that die from all those natural disasters that were just mentioned?
I mean, if you think
60,000?
about
There's
it,
7 billion people.
volcanoes really killing a lot of people.
Okay, take that out.
Hurricanes are only once in a while.
Okay, but we
Yeah.
definitely get them all over the
Floods
world.
and wildfires, we've come pretty good at.
We've had
Droughts,
a lot of
we've
earthquakes.
definitely come good at.
Drugs, suicide, and car accidents. A lot of people are dying from that. Not natural disasters.
Natural disasters aren't 60,000 seems like a lot to me to die in
Okay,
a fucking
huh.
wildfire or an earthquake.
But like droughts, though, you feel like there's some bad droughts in like third world countries. You feel like 60,000 just
They
doesn't.
ain't dying.
Well, they do, but maybe
Are we
not that
hearing
many. I
about
guess
it?
maybe not that many.
Do
Huh,
you think, like, is it something
interesting.
that if we
Yes,
don't hear about it, does it happen?
right.
Well, it's just like the Dust Bowl.
Well, like you don't hear about that many earthquakes, and when you do, they're not like that bad. No.
Well, the
Yeah,
ones
you
here
hear,
aren't
you
that
hear
bad,
about a
but
couple hundred
shoot, if you
dying
live in
if
China
it's
or
a
India
Yeah.
or
Yeah, here.
Nepal or somewhere,
This is a historian's estimate on the number of fatalities linked to these natural disasters. Okay, so this is the AD 1138 Aleppo earthquake. Aleppo, 13th century citadel of Aleppo in Syria, has been listed since 1986 as a uh, UNESCO World Heritage Site. On October 11th, 1138, the ground under the Syrian city of Aleppo began to shake. The city sits on the confluence of Arabian and African plates. Sorry, making it okay. Right, so okay, those are the tectonic plates, right between the Arabian and African, making it prone to temblors. Temblors. Look at that. Ever seen that word? Let me zoom that in. Temblors. But this one was particularly violent. The magnitude of the earthquake is lost to time, but contemporary chroniclers reported the city's citadel collapse and houses crumble across Aleppo. The results death toll is estimated to be around 230,000 people.
wow,
unbelievable.
that's
That figure
crazy.
comes from the 15th century, and the historian who reported it may have conflated the Aleppo quake with one of the occurred that was or in what is historian now the modern day Eurasia country of Georgia. Okay, according to its 2004 paper in the journal Annals of
Annals.
Geophysics. Still
Annals.
is supported. I know I said that. I said it right the first time, so I knew how to say it right. And then I changed it to annals on purpose. This supposed death toll marks this event as one of the most deadly natural disasters of all time. Okay, 2004 India Ocean earthquake. Okay, wow, that's really recent. Does anyone remember this? Indian Ocean earthquake.
Oh yes, I remember that. Don't you remember that?
It was
That
2000.
happened like right around the time
I
of
was in Iraq
They're
when that
still
happened.
cleaning up from
Hurricane
it.
Katrina.
They're still cleaning up from it.
Oh yeah,
Because
that
they
was
keep getting hit
horrible.
every single year.
Have a good night, William.
Have a great one, brother.
This is so December of 2004. I was in Iraq. I was not. I had zero fucks given about anything else going on around me. I was probably playing video games on my laptop in my hooch before the next mission or something. The quake created a massive tsunami that killed approximately 230,000 people. Well, that's the same exact number. And
Yeah, that was horrible. I will never forget that. It happened around the same time, within a few months or several of a months of Hurricane Katrina. It was terrible. That was devastating. And there's live video footage of that tsunami coming in. So when a tsunami is going to hit, the ocean pulls back, and then the water just comes like rushing in, like this giant wall of water just comes rushing in. And there's live video footage of that shit.
Here's a picture of the post damage. I mean, that's like, look at that. That was all houses.
Yeah. Houses, like hotels. There was a big, well, I don't know what that is, where that exactly is, but there was a lot of resort areas. And just like, I remember like hearing all the survivor stories. Like there's this guy, his name is Nate Burkus, and he's a gay man. And him and his partner. So Nate, I don't know what his partner did. I can't remember what his partner did, but Nate Burkus is a famous designer, like interior decorator, designer kind of a guy. And they were in one of those areas where the tsunami hit, and it was horrible. Like I sat there, like I remember him, I think he was doing an interview with Oprah, and this was months, if not years after the tsunami. And I just sat there, and I don't cry, but I sat there and I cried. It was just like, oh my God, I can't even imagine how heartbreaking to go through something like that.
That's what I mean. But to the topic at hand, what would be the first thought, like, for survival and something like that? Like, that's not grab my bug out bag, Jason. Like, say you're at a resort, on the beach with family on vacation. It's like, what's the thought? I mean, is the thought, well, just hope it takes me, because I don't know where the hell I'm going to be because look at what it says here. It says nearly 2 million people were displaced from 14 different South Asian and East African countries.
Yeah.
So they were like,
tsunami. And the sucky part of that was that the sensors, because they have oceans, they have tsunami sensors out in the ocean. The sensors had failed. The warning system had failed. So, but
that keeps happening a lot of times, like the Katrina. Like,
well, we over rely on technology, and people get complacent and think that you get lulled into a sense of security because you're complacent with shit.
Well, there's this whole line of thinking where, not thinking, but it's truth, where we lose the ability to do some things that were from before us, where we, like, technology gets passed down, and you're like, there's a thing. And I was watching Timcast IRL. He was bringing up like some science fiction where they, I think it was Star Trek or something. They land on a planet, and the whole planet's run by AI, and it's been run like that for generations. Well, the people that live there now, they don't even know what it is. It just runs their life. Like, they don't know how to, like, it breaks down or whatever. They don't know how to fix it. And that happens here too. Like, look at the space shuttle. Look at, Damascus Steel is another one. Lost technologies where we just don't know how it was done. And that can happen through complacency, like you're saying, reliance on technology, but also the inability to critically think for ourselves. Look at this, 500 miles per hour with this.
Cam Grandma says that it was in August of 2005 when Katrina was.
Yeah.
Our hometown didn't get power until Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just months before. I couldn't remember the sequence of which came first, but it was just months before they were within months apart.
I got married in August of 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember when Katrina hit too. I mean, it was like August of 2005. I had just moved to California in July of 2005, and I'll never forget that. Those are two events, that and the eruption of Mount St. Helens. I was a little kid when St. Helens erupted. And I remember, times are so different back then because we didn't have the internet. We didn't, you solely relied on the information that you got from either the newspaper or from TV. And I remember there was this watch, the media was on watch for that volcano because it was imminent that it was going to erupt. And they felt fairly safe and secure that it was going to be a very large eruption. And, and they kept doing like these human interest kind of things. Like they were interviewing these people that refused to evacuate and stuff. And I remember all of that stuff. And then when it finally did blow, it was devastating. It was crazy. It was just like one of those events that you just like 9/11, you just don't, it's embedded in your memory for the rest of your life kind of a thing. It really plays an impact,
You guys might have seen what she had said already, but yeah, her hometown didn't get power until Christmas Eve.
Right. So now you figure August to December with no power.
I mean, it might not be cold, but still, that's not the point.
Well, it gets cold down there. It doesn't
I'm sure at nighttime,
like Illinois kind of cold, but it gets cold down there during that time of the year.
The heat, you got heating, you got to survive that, heating and cooling. You got to survive the food, trying to figure out how to keep things. You got to survive the uptake of ice. How you going to make ice?
What?
You ain't got power.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, not only that, but that city was underwater. Like,
right.
Yeah, they were all shoved into big like centers and stuff.
Well, most of them went to that the Superdome is where they were housing a lot of those people. I will never forget that because George Bush was the president at the time, and there was so much criticism against him because he lacked a lot of empathy. I mean, those people were dying. It was horrible. They were trapped and they weren't getting federal assistance, that FEMA wasn't getting out. It was very slow to respond. And like the images that were coming out, it was horrendous the way. And the majority of the people that were trapped in that city were poor Black people.
Yeah. And there was so much like that. I remember the contention about it because it was still going strong when I got home about 3 months, Well, no, I think I had been home for that. But we talked about it before, Jason, Flint, Michigan, and like I think I might ask you before, how long, like I believe they have some clean water, I think is what you had said, but not like it's not all fully fixed. But how long was that thing going on? It was like a thing that happened. I don't remember what happened exactly, but then I just remember being in the news for years. We're like, well, what about the people in Flint? Like, what about the people? It was like, I feel like it was a longer event than Katrina, but I don't think people were dying in a sort of horrific way. Probably dying still. Don't get me wrong. Water is very important.
They were getting sick and cancer and all that. I mean, there's huge lawsuits all over.
So it must have been like during the lawsuit when it culminated into the news when everyone else started to get to hear about it and then became a thing. Well, to what reminded me of it was Kim talking about the empathy of it. And we've seen other situations where it did work out, where a natural disaster happened, and then like, what was it? Something happened in Texas, and then somebody like there was a big effort to build a bunch of new like homes for people. I think it was mobile homes or something. I can't remember. But then like container homes, and then there was this whole thing of displaced people happening. Was that during the blizzard in Texas? Maybe because they weren't prepared and all these windmills got frozen. This happened. This couldn't have been more than 10 years ago.
I don't know about the windmills getting frozen. Their power grid failed.
Power grid. Okay, that was
what happened in Texas with that blizzard. Because I'm right next door to it, so I remember when that storm hit. It hit New Mexico. Everything hits New Mexico first. And we don't get it so bad down here in the southern part for whatever reason, but the eastern side of New Mexico gets it. They get tornadoes, they get ugly weather, they get all the rain dumped on them, they get the blizzard conditions. And I remember Roswell, Artesia, and that area over there, seeing the images after that storm first hit New Mexico, and there were huge drifts of snow. It was crazy, like stuff that you see in like Montana or something. And so after I saw that, I was online and I was like telling everybody, watch out, everybody east of New Mexico, because there's a big, ugly storm coming your way. It hit Texas, and that's when Texas's power grid failed. And one of my former students in California had gotten married and moved to Dallas, and they had a newborn. She had her young son, and they had a newborn baby, and there was no way to cook. There was no refrigeration, no electric, no heat. People were freezing to death. I mean, it was horrible.
Texas, man. That's
in Texas.
crazy. Well,
yeah. And but you know, the thing about Texas is like North Texas gets colder than fuck, man. You go through Dallas in the wintertime, it's cold. You get wind shear, you get stuff that freezes. They have crazy weather there. They're real close to Oklahoma.
yeah, it's a big state. Very hard to judge for people that aren't
yeah,
there.
the southern parts of Texas are hotter than hotter than Hades, like San Antonio and stuff. But
if the grid goes down, Kim. No more electricity. We're not sure when it can come back up. Where in the country would you live? Would you stay where you are with that heat, or would you try to find, like, where would you guys go if you like the most temperate sort of zone in America? Is it like a Tennessee area, maybe somewhere in Idaho ish?
Well, it probably would depend on the year. If it's hot, if it's summertime and you get a big storm like that,
for the foreseeable future, where are you planning to move? If there's like we have no electricity, and it might be 20 years before we find a way to make electricity again.
I'm going to go from where I'm at. I'm in the desert. If you don't have electricity in the desert in a modern home, you're going to die.
Right.
So I'm going to go north. I'm either going to go to the mountains, or I'm going to go to a northern state where there's water and there's cooler temps.
Well, I wouldn't go northern, because that's the freeze would. I mean, the winter would suck. Elisa May, what do you think? You're muted, by the way, in case you start.
I don't know. Joe says we're going to the mountains. So
Now, I saw that. Mountains actually is a good plan, because if you research and learn about the mountains, you can move up and down them for different zones and different temperatures and different areas. So you could sort of use that to your advantage as far as like a natural climate, different.
You know, when Y2K was a thing back in the late 90s.
Oh, everything's going to crash.
Yeah. You know, that was a big fear, and it was something that was, really potentially, a problem. My son was, I think he was young, and I had a plan. If Y2K came along and things crashed, I was going to get the hell away from civilization, because people are stupid and they're greedy and they're selfish. And my plan was to go to the mountains. I grew up, my dad had a cabin up in the Gila Wilderness, which is to the west of where I'm from, north and west of us. And I grew up there, so I'm very comfortable about being in the mountains. I know how to live there.
Got some experience there, right? Okay.
Well, and there's plenty of food, at least short term, until people figure out that that's where the food is at, and they start coming after the deer or whatever. Other people that are like-minded like me, like, get the hell out of town.
Well, people would eat through all the grocery stores first.
Oh, hell yeah. And then they'd start going into people's homes and eating their cats and dogs and whatever else they can get their hands on,
Jason, where would you move if you had no idea if there would be like power for a while. Like I'm talking years. Like you don't know. Like so like if you had to move, if you had to live somewhere with no power, like where would it be in America? And then like we could all like go into nuance. Yes, you can like bring batteries and you can have like a generator or something.
If you live by moving water, though, can't you?
I would stay in Michigan.
You think?
Yeah.
Like,
I would
Well,
stay in Michigan.
so Elisa, you're thinking if you got water, maybe you could generate power and everything. Well, okay. I mean, like I'm trying to create a scenario where you have to decide what climate you would live in if you
The
could
only reason,
you know.
the only reason I would leave Michigan would be because of a nuclear fallout or chemical warfare, because of the freshwater
Biological.
supply that we have from the Great Lakes.
All the lakes, yeah.
That's going to be one of the first things that I believe would be targeted. So,
My mom
other
thinks
than that, you have no hurricanes, you have no earthquakes, you have no big fires, you have
tornado.
no floods. Tornadoes once in a while, but not really. It's surrounded by water. They don't survive really.
And it's usually
There's so
it's
many
usually in
lakes.
the same area, right? Like usually your area, if you do get tornadoes, it's sort
Yeah,
of like the zone.
it's
There's a
just
zone.
quick and over, and a couple minutes worth of
Cheers.
damage and done.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
So the weather's not horrible. 0 degrees to 110 degrees. Not too bad. So I think it's one of them states that works for me.
What if you had to live in Flint?
What's that?
What if you had to live in Flint?
Boil your water.
Filter that shit. Well, I come from a family
tablets in it.
I come from an ag family. Like my family were ranchers and farmers. And my great grandfather was a windmill manufacturer. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I know how to do all of that, but I know enough that I would know how to figure it out, how to make a windmill to generate
Work off of that base and do
whatever. And we get a lot of wind here. So, and now we have, we have solar technology. So,
what's your wind? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it would take to make solar stuff. That's more electrical, and I'm not as knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. But
just find one or have one.
But that's where, like, you need to know people, and you rely on each other to survive.
Yep,
because somebody out there knows how to do that shit.
Maine, okay. All that rain in Maine when the falls mainly on the plain. You guys remember it? I don't think that was exactly it, but rain in Maine.
With that bad joke, I gotta go, guys.
I think that was
dinner is here, though.
Rain in Spain, okay.
Yeah,
rain in Spain. I don't know, but speaking about Maine, I'm ready to watch Beetlejuice.
Yeah. When's that coming out?
Soon, I hope. Seeing a trailer for it the other day, but my dinner is here, so I do got to get out of here. I love you guys, and I will see you.
What are you having for dinner?
Pizza.
Just to only eat the meat parts. Have a good night.
No, I rip all the toppings off and then rip open the crust and stuff it all inside the crust and eat it like a taco.
Oh, so
why do you rip things off? Why don't you just bend it like a taco?
It's not fun that
way. Dress it first?
It's not fun that way. I stuff my own crust. It's a pizza to stuffing crust.
Have it your way.
Yeah.
Enjoy your pizza.
Eat it
Don't yuck my yum.
Eat it crust first.
Love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Oh my God, that's too funny.
I'm about to leave too. I gotta go sustain myself and take my ass.
Yep, the Cascade, the Jason Cascade. I'm gonna put up the wheel so that I can get going on the like wheel.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, we had one perspective added tonight.
We had one perspective added tonight. How's that?
We had one outside perspective from Elisa May. Thank you, Elisa May.
Oh,
The show was always meant to allow the audience to come up and speak their minds, but we've been donged at least twice because of that, and so I limit it to Facebook since we know most of the people we see on the Facebook. You too. Good night, Billy.
not Billy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm Joe. I'm just I'm kidding you. She can go to work, I guess. Tell her she's
Hey,
not late.
Alan.
Gotta stay on. Alan, what's up? Anyway, it was always meant to give people from the audience a chance to come up on screen to share their experience on the topic, give us even more perspective. And we've had plenty of episodes where there's 10 people plus people waiting to come up, and that's awesome because a lot of people wanted to weigh in. And it's just maybe we will at some point again, but you guys don't want to just hear our opinions every week, right?
Yeah. It's boring.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess they do because we had a star party earlier. Oh, cheers to that, ladies and gentlemen. I am just going to clean this out real fast, make sure it's tidy before we move on to the likes. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't yet already. Remember, if you are a subscriber, you get that Hash and Dash immunity. This Sunday, we've got a triple matchup between the returning champ Timothy Martin versus Gerald Jones III and Lord Leaf Cycle, one of the sponsors of Game Night. And we're going to he told me to announce that he's going to give an extra special or an extra prize, or not extra, but like a special prize to the person who wins the Leaf Cycle prize. So it's going to be hyped up. We're going to have fun. We have at least 3 captains. And it's going to be a fun game night. So this wheel here that I'm about to fill up for the likes, and you can share too if you like, appreciate it, is going to be for a game night ticket, so you can get a spot on game night without even being a subscriber. I think it's pretty generous. I don't like to do a lot of straight up giveaways to the crowd, because then we would have 100 people in here that none of us know, and they won't be back afterwards. Like this is more fun, because for you guys that do subscribe, I mean, it's even more fun because you get a game night ticket on top of your chance to play anyway. So you get to be two people at once. All right, let me go get the likes. I gave you guys a little bit of time. 34 likes. Appreciate it. You could hit that like button on the Rumble and on X too. I should throw you on there again for Rumble and X, because definitely still pushing those. I did get to. Oh man, I should check. I got to 400 followers on Rumble. Let me see where we're at with that. 401. We're at 401. Shouts out to Rumble right now. Cheers, y'all. Update the latest. Dismiss. Okay, I need to go. Oh, what is going on? My computer. Give me a second here. Oh, there it goes. 32, 33, 34. Yes. I'll hit refresh one more time. I'm not looking at that screen. I am looking at Rumble right now. Cheers, Rumblers. I see Canna Grammy. What's up? All right. Grab the likes over here and then get you all added from Rumble. I know I saw Margaret over there. I'm doing pretty well on X too. I actually have a post that is not a post. It's a comment I made on someone else's tweet or post. You might want to. I say post so that people that don't know about Twitter don't need to translate. But if you have a like a bigger account that makes a post, then you comment. I have it's like 15,000 views on this comment I made, and it's got I don't know, it's got like 100 likes on it. It's pretty interesting that I just randomly. It's like a viral comment on someone else's post.
That's cool.
Not viral, but viral for me. Me viral. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It might make sense, but let's move on. Gonna start grabbing names from the Rumble real quick. Margaret, Timothy, Canagrammy, and nobody. Boom. Okay, got you, and chew, chew. Let's see if anyone was on. I saw. Yep, Jess was on X. I almost can do that without verifying it, but I gotta see if there's anybody else that popped in over there. I liked here too. Yes. No, nobody. I got you. So, I think I want to redo my bug out bag. Do something else, but what about like the I wanted to, before everyone left, I wanted to bring up like the survival food, these companies that sell like different these like food that lasts forever in like a tub or whatever. What do you think about that stuff?
I don't know. I don't invest in that kind of crap.
Yeah, I mean, you have knowledge to grow food, so but people that don't have that knowledge are buying that stuff. And that's why I'm trying to think as ahead as I can, because if I just have that knowledge, then I don't have to worry about, hoarding food from somewhere or whatever. Um, but it's still good to have for an emergency. It's like, it's not about long term. It's mostly for these natural disasters we talked about, having a little food source for like a 2 weeks where there's no power, there's no way to get more food into an area. There's a lot of them too. There's a lot of different companies. There's probably
One of the reasons why I stay living where I live is because we don't have too many natural disasters kinds of things here. We don't have volcanoes.
Right.
We don't have earthquakes. We don't have major active fault lines, around here in my area. Definitely don't have, hurricanes or tidal waves or anything like that. We rarely ever get snow. The biggest threat that we have here as far as natural disasters is probably flooding. We do get flash flooding occasionally. But they've done a lot of work to circumnavigate any kind of problems with flooding. So I don't worry too much about flooding. I'm very particular about where I live at in the city, though, because I am mindful of being caught in an area where I could get flooded out or whatever. Buying the property that I bought, I made sure that I didn't buy property that's close to arroyos or
Good night, Sherry.
where they bottomed out the sand hills, where my house will wash out from underneath at some point or make a sinkhole. I don't worry, and we don't have
It's at
tornadoes.
the bottom, Canagrammy. Sorry, go ahead.
So I don't, I've stayed living here in Las Cruces because we don't have those kinds of issues here. The biggest threat to civilization here is drought. And drought is a big concern. Ancient civilizations in this state have disappeared.
Desert
because of drought. They believe that the people that lived in those civilizations probably subsumed into other civilizations outside of the area when the drought hit. But drought is the biggest concern that we have here. So,
Jess, for some reason, there's 11 people over there. I'm not sure what. Maybe try to refresh it, or maybe there's an update. Actually, check for the update. Sorry, Kim. One more thing, Canagrammy. If you look if you click the video, and then you look at the bottom, there should be a line. Oh wait, do you have a what is it? Android phone? That might be the problem. I think Android still are not allowed to comment on live streams for some reason.
Now, if the polar or what do you call them? The poles flip or something like that, God knows what we're going to get with that. But
comment on the post, Canagrammy, and I'll count it. I see Timothy posted or commented there. I'll put it. Yeah, so I see that. Yeah, just comment on the post instead of the live stream. You'll see the bubble next to the like reshare button on the left. You'll see that bubble, and if that will let you comment on the post itself. I can't stand iPhone. Well, I happen to have one. I thought about getting. I was looking at the Motorola like smartphones. I used to have a Motorola back in the day, and I was kind of cheering for them to come back out. Like they almost died, and then like they came out with a smartphone. It was cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on there, Canagrammy, for X. Get an extra spot for going to X. Get an extra spot for going over to the Rumble. Rumble's having some trouble right now. It's iPhone or nothing, Jess says. Pop up at the bottom a few seconds after you open it. Yeah, Tabby, I don't think it does for Androids. Oh, you have an Android, Tabby? She says it should pop up at the bottom a few seconds after you open the live. Interesting. So maybe they've fixed it or something. Interesting. Oh, you have a Motorola, Brenda? Interesting. What's it called? What did I have? We did a whole episode on cell phones one night, and that was really fun. But it was a Motorola Razr. Remember the Motorola Razr was the big thing for a long time. A lot of people had. That was a very widely used phone, I guess, for a few minutes, for like maybe a month, 3 months, a year, maybe. Couple years, few years. iPhone forever. So a satellite phone in an emergency would be a good idea. And now Elon Musk is actually thinking about creating his own phone that is connected to the Starlink and would be independent from all of the countries. I don't think they would like it, but there's talks about it being a independent network that is accessible by all sorts of countries that don't have to have like some contract with AT&T or somewhere else. You can just use Starlink. So that's these phones will be connected to Starlink is the idea. So I don't know if I love it or dislike it or whatever, but it's interesting to say the least. What's that?
we just had a
What's up,
community
Paul?
very near us in the mountains called Ruidoso. Had
Thank you, Candy.
two wildfires that circled the entire community, and within 2 hours of the fire breaking out, they evacuated the entire community. Everybody was told to get the hell out, like right now, drop what you're doing and go, kind of a thing, order. And so I joined a bunch of the like Facebook community pages to see what was going on, to kind of plug in and see where I could help with stuff. And one of the things that they were talking about was they lost electricity. So that knocked out internet, cell towers burned. The only thing that was working was Starlink.
Yeah.
I think that's
Wow.
because it's satellite driven, right?
There's it's different than, like, it's satellites, but they are much lower in orbit, and there's like I don't know, hundreds of thousands of them now, like a big net sort of, versus a like a big one that's out farther, that reaches farther away. So they're all like localized. So say, as to, where you would have like, oh, I don't have cell service because I'm next to this big mountain, or I'm down in a valley or something like that. Well, Starlink is supposed to eliminate that because it's so low orbit that and there's so many of them spread out, doing more localized connections. Then you should be able to be in, like, valleys and not just up higher elevation. That's the idea. I don't know how good it is. Perry says they are trashing up our night sky. Well, I think they fixed that, didn't they, Perry? Or maybe it's still getting worse. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, it's full of trash up there. It's bad.
Well, no, he means the Starlink specifically, I think. But definitely a lot of debris. There's some ideas on how to collect that, but that's an interesting topic. Real quick, Tabby, are you still here? The wheel is it's for a ticket for game night on Sunday. So if you are not a subscriber, you can actually get to play in game night from the comments, and you get a chance to win from just hitting that like button, sharing us out if you can, and if you can go over to X or a Rumble, either one or both, you get on the wheel an additional time, actually. So if you want to do that,
So with Starlink, do they not use the cell towers? How does that signal work? Is it just directly from the satellites, or?
Yeah, it's directly up to the satellites, because
That's
they're so much
probably why
lower.
Starlink was the only thing working, because
They're
like
lower orbit. Yeah.
anything that had internet, like regular internet or cells, there was no cell reception. All telephone communications were down. So they had to send in the fire teams. They run them like old style military, how they run phone lines to communicate out in the field for military. I had a friend that was a Marine, that's what his job was doing telecommunications for fires in California. But I was just wondering, because I didn't really know that much about Starlink, but that's how people were communicating, was through Starlink. There was a lot of chatter about that.
So I'm just giving. I don't know if Tabby's here. I think she might go over to X. So I'm just giving her a second. Shouts out to X. Looks like 61 people came through so far. 79 people have come through. No, that's different. 28. My bees episode yesterday had 80 people viewing it. There's more views popping up on the bees episode. I wonder if people are clicking it by accident instead of this episode. That's funny. Let's see. Probably spam. Canon Grammy, are you out there? The X told me that you're probable spam. Probable spam, it says. There's 42,000. Okay, thanks for checking that out. Perry, because I was curious. Actually, that's not as much as I thought. I thought it was like hundreds of thousands. Like he wants more. I think there's going to be like 260,000 or something total, or more than that. I'm not sure. Yeah, Canagram, you're in a different category. I'm going to take a picture. Yes, I'll post this and tag you. Probable spam. And so it shows me. I say, let's go. And then under that's Timothy Martin. He says, checking in from X. And then under that, it says probable spam. And then it says, Canagrammy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Still doesn't let me comment on X. Can you comment on the post, Brenda? Or are you having trouble? Because if you comment on the post, I'll throw you on here. Why not? Why not? Because the post actually helps me. It actually stays longer. So if you want to comment on the post, like, feel free to make any sort of a comment about the show, like maybe something that you liked, didn't like, what you like about the show in general. Something interesting, because it's a more permanent comment would be good. This is how you comment on X. Yes, Jess got it. Jess is in there, but not everyone. It's not as easy, and then the Android phone doesn't always allow you to do it. I think maybe it's if you have the older models, maybe, because Tabby was saying Android all day, and she said you can comment on it. So I'm not sure. Maybe she's able to now, the newer version. Stop smoking, choking. Back. Awesome job. Thanks, Paul. Paul, you're always welcome to come up and share on people in the boxes with whatever the topic is, man. I see you pop up on screen. Anybody that goes up on screen for any hangouts or whatever, you're always welcome to come up and give us your real opinions and real experiences on the topics, because that's how we grow and get more perspective on all these topics that we're talking about. His iPhone's better, yeah. On the live, I commented on the post. Okay. Yeah, on the live, if you click in the live, then you actually look at here. Oh, I see you. I tried, she said. So when you click in the live, you should see it show up at the bottom after a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to put you down. But commenting out there on the post like that helps too. I like that. Tabby, I didn't see it. Let me look here. No. I'm not sure where you commented, but I hope you didn't comment on that other Waylon the Indoor Farmer on X. Man, you leave that guy. Guys, don't buy what that guy's selling. I'm just saying. Hey, we got 14 awesome people over on the Rumble, guys. If you haven't followed the channel, please do. I just hit 401. 401. If we could get, Kim, if I could get 19 more people to follow me on Rumble, and if I could I'd be happy if we could just hang out there for a while, and then maybe boost it up. Doesn't show up on the bottom. I went back and looked. Huh. Interesting. How about now? Okay. How now?
What name?
Tabby Woo. Let me get up in here and see. 386 on the X. We're in a race here on X and Rumble. Where Rumble's winning right now, but X definitely came up faster than Rumble did. So Rumble's still winning. Tabby, I see you. Oh, Tabby is also probable spam. So Tabby, now I got, out of the 5 people that commented, 2 of you are probable spam. Is that like a 50-50 rule, I wonder? That's funny. All right, Tabby, I'm getting you down. I put you down once already for Facebook. Spam, what the fuck? She said. Yeah, I mean, look, it's just a thing probably because you haven't used X a lot, maybe, I'm guessing. I haven't clicked on your profile yet. I'm still in the thing, but what's your subject tonight, Paul? Well, we are about to do this spin, and we're close to wrapping up, but the subject is it's a different sort of a spin on survivability and sustainability we're thinking of sort of our past experiences where we had to, survive through an incident, or scenarios that we would not like to survive through. I mean, like, it was a whole gamut of things, but talking about sustainability in a way that connects us to each other, because it's not about growing plants. It's about our civilization wouldn't be sustainable unless we had had the ability to talk to each other about difficult topics. I'm in trouble remembering exactly how I mentioned it earlier, but the overarching point is we need each other for lots of reasons, and in order to have um, cool, calm discourse and be able to say I disagree with you, and then walk away and say we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, appreciate it. Have a great day. I disagree, but it was fun. It was you have an interesting take on that, but it's not for me, or whatever it is, and be able to just agree to disagree. You know what I mean? Your iPhone won't. LO iPhone. Okay, everybody's doing the cell phone battle. Well, what about the Freedom Phone? Anybody out there have that? Zombie apocalypse, can you survive it, Jess? Well, I don't know. I mean, zombies might be a real thing in certain situations. Our group is always open for conversation. Our group is that you mean us, Paul, or what do you mean? Who, me? All right, so I think I have everybody on there that has gone over to X or Rumble. 28 days later is based on truth. This hasn't happened yet. Okay, that's very interesting. Yes, you never know what you would do survival mode into until you're there. Okay, yeah, Lisa, I agree with that. That's kind of one of the reasons why this is a good topic, just to get people thinking about it. Maybe we don't know. Maybe the answer, like my answer, might be, yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Well, that's probably closer to the truth than most of us when we think we have a plan. Like Kim has some pretty solid experience out in the wilderness, and anybody that does might have a pretty good foot off, in the right direction. But maybe you don't have a plan for the roving bands of people who are starving, and like that's a different thing. That's a different thing altogether than just trying to.
That's where an AK-47 and landmines come in.
I mean, maybe for a little bit, but you guys, if it's a big enough gang of people, like,
That's where landmines come in.
Landmines, yeah, just round. Like, have you seen that movie or the TV series about with the mushroom zombies? What's that called? The guy has to protect that girl, and they're trying to transport her somewhere. It was just not too long ago. It was based off of a game. Anyway, The Last of Us. Yes, The Last of Us. Yeah, that was a good one because it made you think a lot about, because there was a lot of human to human contact where, and same thing happens on The Walking Dead, where a lot of times humans kill each other when there's a crisis or whatever. It's not not unusual.
Well, look at what happened with the Salem witch hunts.
Oh, so Paul, are you saying I should? I don't know if I'm in that one. Talking the shiz with Paul and Frank. I've seen you go. You're talking about your show. Well, you guys should come up on Thursdays. Paul, you and Frank should come up on Thursdays. We all, we promote each other. We build, we come together once a week as people that are creators, and we, pool our thoughts and our perspectives, and then you go about our ways. Because I've seen you up there. I've seen you a couple times. You guys doing your show. So that's the name of the group, though. Okay, great show. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the name of the show, but I guess it's just the name of the group, and you go live in the group. Okay. I'm not sure. I might be missing something, but that's okay. I think we got everybody we can on the wheel, so good luck, everybody. Episode 100. People in the boxes. We've got, let's see, 74 people in the house. Cheers, everyone. Good luck. Send me an invite, Paul. Yeah, for sure, brother. Let's see who's in next. 45. Cheers, Xers. And we probably got some over on Kick, too. Let me check on Kick. One person watching. Nobody. And Timothy, looks like. Cheers. Kick. 63 followers on Kick. I'm almost to enough to have subscribers. Perry's a member of that group. Okay. Well, Perry's in that group. Look, I mean, that's a seal of approval for me. And I did promise to do some more spinach. Not spinach, but spinach. So we're going to do some number spins from the locals. If anybody hasn't gotten their number, you better go get it now, because I gave out a whole bunch of new numbers, and there were a couple people, the same people, but a couple people that like to comment multiple times in the number post. That I am keeping an eye on now, but it is difficult because I have to keep scrolling back and forth. So if you could, please, please, please try not to comment more than once. If you comment once and you think you need to comment again, just send me a DM. Just send me a, hey, I didn't get a number over there. Don't, if you would do that, guys, that would be appreciative. I think that would help. Let's see, the last person I gave a number to was Mama Rochi at 19. And so we got Alex at number 20. 20. Boom. Okay, so we got 20 numbers. Oh, nobody wins this one again. Holy cow, nobody. Cheers, good luck, or congrats, bro. Congrats. Or person. You never know. It's nobody. So let's see. Let me make sure I write it down. I got to get Ashley. Well, I got to make sure Ashley gets together with the Riverview Road Apiary to get her pound of honey that she won last night. And then it looks like Jasper Monroe won the terp sticks from last night. Let's go on. And nobody actually still has a gift card from Drizzle Dab that I have to. I mean, he's busy with the token float, and I haven't been able to get time to talk to him. I had a big furniture delivery. I had some old furniture I had to get rid of, and been a busy day today. Plus, I've been actually spent more time at my mom's than I did with furniture, but that's another story. Okay. People in the boxes, 100. Yes. This is... Oh, I didn't say the date earlier. It's June 27th, guys. 2024. People in the boxes at 8 o'clock Central Time, and we are at the 2 hour and 5 minute mark, so we're going to get going. I just have to do this, probably another 20 minutes to do these spins real quick. So nobody wins the first spin for the ticket. And let's see. I was going to do another spin for this, but nah. Can't keep giving everything away just because I'm feeling generous. But we are doing plenty of giveaways anyway. So we're going to go all the numbers. I'm going to do 3 spins. That's what the game night ticket is meant for. It's meant to give people that are not subscribed a chance to check it out and to get to get a chance to win something. 19 over on the Rumble. What's up, Rumble? Cheers, guys. If you haven't followed the channel, please do. I really appreciate it. If you believe that we need more conversations between people to give perspective amongst each other instead of try to tear down and tear away from each other and make assumptions and such. That's what People in the Box is all about. Can a Grammy? Yeah, you're right. Can a Grammy. JJ and Bumpkin. Are you talking to me? I'm not sure if you're talking to me. Cheers. Okay. I think we got our numbers to 20. Make sure I'll refresh real quick. Okay. Yeah. Got everybody. And shuffle a little bit more. Yeah, I spent plenty of time, and hopefully things are making a turn for the better. You calling me JJ Bumpkin? Okay. Okay, I thought I was in your group. Did it change names though? I've been in there for 2 years. I don't think you guys been doing that show for 2 years, have you? I probably I could have guessed that you had got me in there. I don't share. I try not to share out to so many groups because it just doesn't seem to help. Share out to a bunch, and then I don't know if it's helping or not. Just tagging people directly seems to be better, or sharing it on my profile, sharing it on my story. Seems like it's better for the people viewing to share it, because then I don't know what it is, but it's not me sharing it. I don't know what the difference is, but the name changed. Okay, yeah. Accidents happen. That was meant for you. Your comment. Oh yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. No problem. I know I'm not able to. I'm not paying a close attention to the comments as usual, or as usual on this show, I guess. But I didn't mean to say as usual. I meant to say as I might normally do. But yeah, neither here nor there. But yeah, this is the first spin from locals. If you're watching on Rumble, you can just click that join button down below, and that takes you to locals. And it's free to join. I have like 280 something people joined, but they're not people that are paying. So they can't even really see anything. I'm not quite sure why they're there, but they're in there. Got a good thing going over there, Paul. Well, that's awesome, man. Like you gotta well, you don't have to branch out, I guess, but you guys would always be welcome to come up here. We're always looking for other creators. Like this is a show to be for anyone, which means that you can share it and actually have it as your own as well. You came up number 16. Looks like number 16 is let's see, 19, 18, 17. It's actually Brenda. So I gave this, and this all happened earlier. So you ladies would have had to see this already, but I accidentally gave Canna Grammy the 15, and so I had to go back. I skipped over Brenda by accident, and gave her the 16. So Brenda wins just because I happened to make a mistake earlier. It wasn't like a bad mistake. It's like it doesn't really matter what order I number you, but that's really funny. That's like the fates. The fates have. Okay, well we got more spins to make, so let's see what happens. It would be funny if Canagrammy wins too. Congratulations, Brenda. All right, so removing Brenda. Let's shuffle it up a little bit again. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Yeah, no worries, Canagrammy. I just thought it was funny. It was like, man, the wheel of fate. I happen to make them, like, you know how the smallest thing can change. Yeah, like some of those movies, and there's different shows and movies where like it shows the smallest thing happen, and like it makes a chain of events, you know, that ends up you know what I'm talking about. It's a trope. It's a movie trope. It's a story trope and all sorts of different things. Okay, here's the number 16 was Brenda. Okay, let's see. Let's see. It's gonna be. Go check my number now. Jess, you were one of the early ones. Let's see. Michael Gray, Perry, then Trent, Nobody, Tommy McKetta, Elizabeth, William. Jess is actually number 8. Holy shit. No way. No way. It's going to get to 19. It's going to get to 19. That sucks. I mean, not that bad. Obviously, I love every number up there. But that's that. But I almost thought it was going to land on Canagrammy. No, she was 15. My bad. What am I getting so excited about? The other direction from 16. Duh. But you know who was number 19? Is Mama Rochi. Is Mama Rochi. And that's one of my awesome sponsors as well. Well, I mean, her husband and herself. Count them both as a sponsor. So congrats, Mama Rochi. Awesome. You guys are free to tag anyone that's won as well. I don't think she's probably maybe live right now somewhere. All right, number 3. And you guys are just going to get some of the cold hard cash. Cold and hard. It's going to be really hard. Like, I'm going to put a lot of starch in the bill before I send it. You guys are going to get each a $250 bill of dinar. I'm kidding. Bacon. What's with the bacon? That's what she said. It's super hard with starch. Is that what she said? Oh, is Kim eating bacon or something?
Am I eating bacon?
Yeah, no.
No, I'm looking at a video of a 1 pound joint being smoked.
Oh, Margaret offered a pack of bacon cookies. Interesting. Okay, I didn't see that. He's not looking. Tell him, y'all. Well, all I saw was bacon, and then he's not looking. And I thought maybe you all were telling on Kim for being over there eating bacon. I was putting something together. It was starting to form in my mind. There was a story behind it and everything, but I didn't see the previous comment from Miss Margaret. Let's see. I'd like to offer a pack of CC walnut candy bacon cookies in honor of your 100th episode. That's how I like to imagine maybe that she said it. Number 14. Let's see. Wow. See, Cannon Grammy, it's like skirted behind around you each time. You were 15, and we got a 16 and a 14. That's messed up. That's methed up. Okay, let's see who 14 is. Gerald was 12. Brendra was 13. None other than Terry Bryler. He's got to be asleep already because he gets up at the crack of darkness to go catching fish. If Terry's out there, let me know, brother, if you're in the house, but you don't have to be because you have been a member of Locals community for quite a long time. You know what? That's what we're going to do next. We're going to start doing that. It's going to be a new tradition that I try to do when I can. It's where I look up the winners. So we had nobody won first. Nobody's been a member for at least a month now. I'm going to see if it hit that 2-month yet. Did the full year. So what am I saying? 5/13. So it's been more than a month now. Okay, month and a half. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, let's go down the list here. We got Brenda. Brenda has been a member for exactly a month now. Brenda, tomorrow is your 1 month, 30 day. I'll give it exactly 30 day mark. Wow, very cool. Awesome, Brenda. Thank you. Let's see, Mama Rochi. Wait. Why am I not able to look her up? Let's see. Oh. Mama Rochi's been a member since last August 2nd. August 2nd, 2023, guys. Almost a year now. Almost been with me for a year. It's 10 months. Thank you so much, the Rochis, both of you. I can't wait to see you guys in Dixon on the 12th and 13th next month. We're gonna be up there with Sir Steve-O in a booth inside with the tattoo artist and all the glass blowers, and then there's a whole vending event outside with live music. It's going to be really, really awesome, and we're going to see Master Rochi there, I'm sure.
Hello?
Terry Bryler has been a member since last September. So 9/13/2023. Terry Bryler. The Terry and Brenda both have been amazing and awesome supporters for for longer than that, I'm sure. But once I really started to catch on over with Locals and figure out a way to make it valuable for people to go over there, because it's hard for you to leave your apps. I get it. You're already on an app. You're already seeing me. Why do I go over there? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I'm not going to go through them now, but there's a lot of reasons. So if you guys do want to support me and get in on some of these giveaways, feel free to go check it out or hit me up and let me know. So we do have a game night coming up Sunday, 5:30 Central Time. I have a canoe and kayaking trip coming up tomorrow for DrizzleDab. DrizzleDab.com, DrizzleDab on Facebook, and DrizzleDab, the store, the shop in East Peoria, Illinois, is one of our sponsors on game night as well. You get to win a chance to win $25 gift card to DrizzleDab every Sunday, which is awesome. And nobody got to win an extra prize because I had him on my show, and I haven't. When I say $30, I'm going to get nobody a $30 gift card to DrizzleDab. And nobody's only been a member for a month and a half at $2 a month. So, let me know if you don't think it's valuable. That's for sure. But yeah, keep missing game night, Alan. I keep forgetting to hop on Locals to get a chance to get on a team. Well, Alan, I'm sorry, brother. I will try to
have conversations.
I'll try if I can. I'll try to remember to send you a message. But what I do is I make that post before about an hour before the game night. As much as it's usually an hour, if not an hour and a half. So like around 4 o'clock to 4:30, I try to make that post. It's just a post I make on my subscription platform on Locals for anyone listening. Is a post that you go in or comment I'd like to play. And then I use that list of people to put into the game night, and you get chances to win, a whole plethora of different prizes from awesome sponsors from throughout the community, throughout people I've met from different things, different events. I try to grow it all the time, but it's hard to find more sponsors when I'm really busy doing other things. So I'm glad we have some really solid sponsors. I'm hoping to, instead of finding more sponsors, we build up our own community, build up the locals community, the indoorfarmer.locals.com. If we build that community up and I use that money to not only help build up my farm and build up my business, but half of that money going back to my subscribers, and it can be a incredible situation eventually, be where we can just buy more stuff from these sponsors. They sponsor some, we buy some from them using those that monthly fund, and I buy more gift cards or whatever this scenario is. That's what I did with Drizzle Dab. So I try to do that with as many as I can when I can. Anyway, I'm rambling, so we're gonna get moving. I appreciate each one of you guys, and the show is pretty good for the 100th episode. Oh no, wait, what am I saying? The cookies, guys. I know I didn't even look at the comments. I know you're gonna get me as soon as I look up. I don't even want to read them. Going back to the wheel. So do you want this to be for the audience or for what are you saying there, Margaret? Grandma Walton's special recipe. Okay. Locals that pay is so much, dear. Thank you. Jess, you're always saying I appreciate that. I'm a member and a sponsor. Yes, Paul. Yes, you, bro. Paul, let me know how you're doing, man. Send me a DM, or maybe I'll send you a DM. And I've just been crazy myself, so I definitely been saying some prayers for everybody, and I hope that karma's coming back to me, Lord. You know what I'm saying, brother? Make sure give my mom the strength, my man. You know what I'm saying? Very good show. Thanks, Perry. Good show. It kind of went out and went to different areas. I wasn't exactly expecting it to go, but that's kind of the point too, where we want it to be going in places where we don't expect. So are we doing this for all that's here? Okay. Well, then why don't we do a hashtag, because there's a lot of people that probably aren't here now that were here earlier. So let's do that instead.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works without a problem this time. Let's say hashtag MJ Baked Goods.
Well,
MJ's Baked Goods, guys. Hashtag MJ's Baked Goods. I'm going to put it up in just a second here.
yeah.
There we go. Let's do that. Try to keep it on the screen while we're waiting. You guys and you men and women and ladies and gentlemen have really made my night too with that star party earlier. That was pretty sweet. Kim, are you okay? That's why I'm still at work when you post. By the time I get, okay, Alan. It's my boss's fault for scheduling me on game night. Well, Alan, please, for sure, hit me up and we can talk about it. But please start getting in on that number wheel. You don't even, I mean, yes, game night is really fun, and you'd probably rather get in on game night, but at least get yourself in on that number wheel. I put it up after game night on Sundays. I keep it posted for a week, and then I pull from that post 3 times a week, like I just did, and get at least 3 winners from that post. And that doesn't have to be done at any certain time, as long as you do it sometime Sunday or Monday, sometime that night. Or so Both. Both what, Margaret? I missed some. I might have said something to you and I forgot.
I'm not exactly sure.
Dominic, man, I honestly can't read most of what you show me. I read some of it, and I'm like,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. I forgot you have.
oh, she's on the phone. Hey, just chilling.
Yeah.
That's cool. Is everything all right? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
just put her in the back for a little bit there. Okay. Responding to Timothy. Got you. Got you. Yeah, Alan, I appreciate it, man. I want to get you in on more things. Game night is fun, and so I understand that aspect of it. I hope that it's more entertaining and fun, and that might be the best and coolest thing that I'm doing. But if you're a member on locals, man, we need to get you in on anything else that you can get in on. Like tonight, usually, if you were here early enough to hit that like button before I did the spin earlier, you definitely got in on that. But the number wheel would have been tonight. Last night on Wednesdays, I always do a giveaway from Grow Fam, and then I also sometimes do one from my guests. Like I had last night, we had Luke from Riverview Road Apiary.com on the show live in studio, and he gave away a pound of honey. Miss Ashley Huffman won that whole pound of honey. Yeah, guys, you should be able to hashtag on Rumble, X, YouTube, and Facebook. I don't know if it works for the wheel. You're welcome to try, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything. I don't see it. It looks like we got eight entries, 8 entries out of let's see, 70, 82 people watching. It's not really true. 82 people. It's 57 of them come from X. So those people don't really count because few of you are on X. I see nobody. I see Jess, myself. Well, Jess was. Uh, I don't. Yeah, Jess hit the hashtag. Yep. I don't. They do it differently over there. A number actually means the number of people that popped in to look at the live stream for a second. It's not giving me the live number of people, but we do have like 25 people here. So see if we can get up to like 15 at least. We're up to 9. 9. Tabby over on the Rumble. Tabby, that would have got you an extra spot earlier. I didn't see you comment on Rumble. Wes Grock, what's up, man? How are you? How you been? I'm trying to wrap things up, but it's been a fun night. It seems to be getting more exciting as I go. 10, yeah, 10 now, up to 10. Okay. Yeah, y'all don't even need to know the flavor. You see that MJ's baked goods on the screen. You good to go. Sweetest group on Facebook, Alan. Are you in my group, Maccabees Live Market, presented by Waylon, the indoor farmer? After these messages, oh no, that's a different. Waylon, can you hashtag for Kim, please? For Kim, all right, I guess. I'm gonna test X. I'm on X right now with my phone. I'm gonna test it. Let's see. It did not work. The X hashtags are not working. All right, going back to the Foos book. Foosing on up to the Zuckerberg side. All right, Facebookers. You're not ready for this, but I'm here. Oh, snap. Got it to 12. That's me. Yeah, looks like YouTube doesn't work either, Tabby. I really thought it was. I thought Rumble worked, but it doesn't. I swear we tested it once, but must have been a maybe we should have done a two time test on the Rumble. All right, we're up to 12. Can we get some tags and don't worry about the shares. I feel like shares just go into the void. But if we tagged a few people, maybe I could tag a few people up in here. Let's see. See, I did tagging Wayne way earlier in the show. Let's see if Steve-O's in the way. Steve-O. Let's tag Jason Putnam. How about that? Jason Putnam. Let's see. Let's tag Country Boy Weeds. What's up, Country Boy? This is a 2-pack of chocolate chip walnut candied bacon cookies. Grandma's walnut special. Grandma's walnut special recipe, Sonny. We need to get to 15. I want to get to 50. This seems sad, though. There should be like 100 people in here right now wanting these. You know? It seems. Should we get to 20? I think we can get to 20. I think we can do it. You have to spell it right. There's baked. Oh my God. You're right. You're right. Goodness gracious. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's super unfortunate, you guys. But what did I type? What was it? Bakes goods. MJ's bakes goods. That's kind of got its own separate twist maybe to it. Oh, Tabby's coming through. Well, okay. Well, we're gonna need some time for those folks anyway. Tabby's tagging in, so maybe it's worth the wait. I do apologize, but hey, I did say to be fair, I did say I do not like the hashtag tool. Should have just said I should have just started typing in names, but I've had too much medication for doing that. So if you want the cookies bad enough, you'll type the damn thing in again. I do apologize, but I'll say damn anyway. While I take a sip, and maybe I'll have maybe I'll do a dab while we refill the number here. Well, you're right, Canagrammy, but I was trying to promote her group accurately, and I don't want people to go searching for that. So, and I'm one of those weirdos that I like to correct myself all the time, you know, and it is not always an attractive quality, but I feel like I feel like it's a genuine thing to try to do. I just maybe do it too much, you know. I'll do one with you. Okay, well, you want to come up? Wes? Come on up, my guy. But yeah, I do appreciate that, Canagrammy. Like, it definitely is true. I could have just left it. Sometimes I make things more difficult too, but in this case, I think I was just trying to make sure I'm giving that proper respect to Miss MJ. MJ, like Spider-Man's girlfriend. Would you ladies date a guy who could shoot webs out of his hands? Maybe his butt, you know? Like, what happens back there, you know? Right, but he didn't spell it right in his hashtag, so I was just trying to. Yes, no, I do appreciate you both, because I would have wanted to know that I misspelled it for sure. And I'm not just trying to split the fence here. You both helped me in separate ways that cannot be described as more than, you know. what's the word? What's the word I'm thinking of? But Wes, what's up? You came
That
up
was
and I was
cool,
like,
man.
my attention got split for a second. I was like, what's the word? Valuable or precious to me? I don't know. There was a word I was thinking of. But Wes, where have you been? You been in the garden? Is the garden hopping? What's happening?
Well, we had a little bit of setbacks, but
Okay.
we got some stuff coming up pretty good. I don't have much as I wanted to do. My back really felt all out on me again really bad, and I just
Ooh.
couldn't get her done. But
I went and
I don't know, I
saw a
still got a little bit of
chiropractor
time.
yesterday. Have you done any of that? What's the back problem? Let's stick on that for a second.
Hold on here. I can't hear much at all for some weird
Never did
reason.
that, Jess. I think I'm pretty loud. If anyone out there disagrees, let me know. Cheers, Alan.
It's probably my stuff. We'll just go through the settings and check it out real quick.
Oh yeah, I did. I actually did type it out correctly when I did it for Kim, and and the number went up. Wait, no, wait. I don't. I typed it out with my incorrect spelling. That's what I mean to say. I didn't type it out. You guys, it's so confusing. But I think I got to do it one more time for Kim.
What's going on
So,
here?
Wes, did you get in on this, man? Emma J, I bakes the goods. Yeah, you could just take the first S off and then add it and like switch it with the D and take the D out, and it could be MJ bakes goods. Or you could take the other S out too. It could be like MJ bakes good and just be a sentence. Be an interesting. No, just kidding. Oh, Wes booped me. He booped it out, and I just was heating up for a dab. Okay, well we're at 12. I just typed it in, and nothing happened when I typed it in. I definitely typed it exactly how it shows on the screen.
All right, there we go. I can hear better too.
I definitely did. Maybe it was one of the few that it caught. Man, I hate this fucking tool. That's what every time there's something every time. You say after
Right.
you eat her baked
Always
goods. Yeah,
something, man.
yeah, that's what you say after you eat the baked goods, Jess. Yes, I agree. Like you eat them and you're like, MJ bakes good, and then you're like, who? MJ's baked goods.
MJ's bakes goods. Well, I mean, it's got its place.
How many baked goods could MJ bake if MJ could bake goods? If MJ bakes baked goods, is MJ's baked goods good if they're baked in MJ's baked good?
Maybe it depends on if you're baked.
The whole Bean, come on up for a quick smoke, my friend. We are just going to give out some MJ's baked goods real quick before we get going. So if you want to go out for a quick dabaroo, I'm heating up the old e-nail. So just say the word, Bean. Say the words. Blink once, blink twice. Cindy, Paul, what's up? Get in on this, girl. Get in. You got in on here? Okay, I see you on Facebook. I don't think it works from X, unfortunately. I'd like to get up to 20. I'd like to get up to 20 people in on this if I could. We're at 14. Wes, did you get in on it?
I do believe so.
Okay. I'll allow it.
All right. That sucks. My dad pen was freaking dead. Ugh.
I hope Kim is okay. The number did go up to 17, so I don't know if that's from you ladies over there on X and on YouTube, and then Miss Jordan Fox on the Twitch. All right, I'll do a quick dab, and then we will spin whatever, flip through the cards. We're at 18. If we can get two more. We have 20 people. We have 20 people watching on Rumble right now. Cheers to the Rumble. We have 80. Wait, no, we have 100 people in the house on episode 100. 100 people.
Special giveaway?
Say again.
A special giveaway?
No, that's what this
Too bad
one
the show's
is.
over.
This is the special giveaway. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to get out of here, but the show keeps getting bigger. This is like a weird. It's like a weird reverse nightmare of mine. I see you, Margaret. 100%, girl. All right, cheers, everybody. Cheers for all the years. If we ever disagree, fuck you, and here's to me. No, y'all know I don't mind disagreeing. Disagreeing is all part of this show. I mean, we have to disagree.
Right? Got to disagree to agree to not agree to duke it out to paper, rock, scissors.
I disagree that we should agree. Like, wait a minute.
Right.
Disagree to agree? That's a foreign concept to me. What's going on here? All right, it's been fun. It's been real. We're at 22 now. Appreciate everybody popping through. Esteban, what's up, my guy? Good luck, everybody.
Woo! Look at that.
That's actually for Kim.
Threw one in for Kim. There you go.
Yeah, but Kim booped away, so I hope she's all right. And I also wonder if these will make it to her in the heat that she's in the desert.
You guys didn't get into like no heated arguments, did you?
No, she got a phone call.
Oh, okay.
She was on the phone and something was going down. I hope everything's all right. Yeah, that's not going to me,
Okay.
everyone. That's going to Kim, actually. Margaret requested that I put one on there for Kim, so there you go. Per the donator request.
Yep, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
It landed on you. Sorry, brother. You definitely came in and almost got it, but the winds were not in your favor, my son. All right, let's clean this out before, this is the first thing you do. Like, you don't want to let it get dirty.
Right.
Did you see my show the other night? I've had in-studio guests twice this week.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Caught a little glimpse of it, but I've been pretty, I don't know, antisocial lately.
I understand.
So just you know what? I seen that you were up tonight, and I was like, maybe I can get in there.
I'm going on a kayaking trip tomorrow, so it's going to be my second time kayaking ever. And
Cool.
I've been in a canoe once, and I've been in a raft once.
Are you going to a lake or a river?
A river.
Okay.
It's a river, the Mackinac River. It's for MS, so it's for a good cause. Anybody that's in the Illinois area or wants to make that trip tomorrow or Saturday, it's $25 for the awesome shirt. There's all the different colors. I got the red, white, and blue token float shirt, and then there's also a donation to MS. The money goes to MS, and then also the you have to rent the kayak or whatever. But otherwise, good. Have a good night, Paul. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. If you didn't yet already hit that like button, please do so. Over on the Rumble, if you haven't followed the channel, please do so. You guys will find a lot of variety here. Very, very specific themed shows. I do 5 shows a week, and each one of those shows are very near and dear to me for one reason or another. The very next one is Sunday game night, 5:30 Central Time. Come on back and see us then. Remember, sustainability is not just about plants, but we all need to eat.